be someone's taco.
Thomas here with Much Props, going to give you another how-to video. Today I am doing a book report or a book prop build. I read a book. This is Empty Your Backpack by Sam Dimma. I saw Sam on my feed and I was motivated. He's a motivational speaker, and so I bought his book based on that. Within the book, there was a story that I really thought resonated with me. The book is all about little stories about his life, and it talks about some of the decisions that he's made and how he's got to where he is. It's underlying, I know there's a big red backpack on the cover, and you think that's probably what I'm going to build, but you saw the thumbnail and know that that's not the case. He talks about sometimes people put their view of us on us, and that's how we see ourselves, because it's hard to just kind of internalize and know yourself without having the opinions of others. And sometimes those opinions suck, or they're wrong, or they label you as something that you're not. And we carry that baggage with us. Sam also talks about having small, consistent actions that could potentially change the environment around you, making a small decision to do one good thing to help somebody else. He also talks about how you can make your life have meaning. All of these things are kind of things that I hope that I share with you on this channel and have over the past 8 years. I definitely want to promote creativity, positivity, and hopefully empower you to make something on your own, with your own hands. And Sam kind of has that similar message in here. The message in particular that really resonated with me was in chapter 11. Chapter 11 is about being someone's taco. While that sentence sounds a bit weird, the story in and of itself is genuine and very heartfelt, and I thought I'd make a build based on it. So today we are going to build a taco out of EVA foam. Let's get to building. The book Empty Your Backpack by Sam Dimma uses the idea of a backpack as a metaphor for the negative beliefs, doubts, and outside opinions we carry around. These mental weights often come from the past experiences of other people, and they quietly hold you back from chasing your goals. Dimma's main message is that success comes down to two things: what you believe and what you consistently do. He encourages readers to identify and question limiting beliefs, replace them with more empowering ones, and take small, consistent actions even when motivation isn't there. Chapter 11 is where I want to focus my build. I'm making a taco out of 4mm and 24mm EVA foam. First, I start by cutting a circle, then an insert out of a thicker foam to bulk my beefy boy of Mexican food deliciousness as a base. The arms and legs are made from chunks of 48mm foam cut into shape, and then EVA dowels with wire are added to the top of them to add stability. In chapter 11, Sam shares a story about calling friends during the COVID quarantine just to check in. He reaches out to one friend whose new business is struggling under the shutdown. After their conversation, Sam decides to do something simple. He orders them a taco dinner from Uber Eats. Minutes after the food arrives, he gets a FaceTime call. His friends are in tears, not because because of the tacos themselves, but because someone saw them, someone cared enough to take one small stress off their shoulders. That's the power of kindness. It doesn't have to be big to matter. A simple gesture can break through the silence people hide behind and reach them in a way you might never fully understand. And honestly, who doesn't love tacos? I mean, sure, those people may exist and maybe keep an eye on them and question if they're real friends, but really it's not about the food. It's about the gesture. It's about showing up. So check on your people, especially the ones that seem strong and steady. A lot of time, those are the ones holding everything together for everyone else while barely holding it together themselves. The arms are more of the same, but with the added detail of carving fingers individually with smaller EVA dowels. There's something powerful about choosing kindness on purpose, not by accident. Most people think kindness has to be big to matter, but it's usually the small things that stick with people. A message, a call, a simple meal when someone doesn't have the energy to take care of themselves. Something as simple as tacos can become the reminder that someone is seen and not alone. That's what Chapter 11 is really about. Not food, but awareness. Noticing when people are carrying more than they show and choosing to step in, even in a small way. Purpose doesn't always look like something huge. Sometimes it's just paying attention and acting on it. Calling someone when it would have been easier not to. Doing something small that makes someone's day a little lighter. That EVA foam taco isn't just a prop, it's a symbol. A reminder that small actions can carry real meaning. So don't wait for the perfect moment to be kind. If you think of someone, reach out. If you see someone struggling, act. Because a meaningful life isn't built from one big moment. It's built from a lot of small ones where you choose to show up anyways. Two coats of Plasti Dip and a base coat of white and yellow spray paint. One small act of kindness doesn't end where it lands. It moves, it spreads, it gets remembered, retold, and often repeated. As I build this EVA foam taco, I'm painting more than foam. I'm building a symbol of that ripple. With every layer of acrylic paint on this taco, the hand, the legs, it's like adding another link in a chain. One small act connecting to another, turning something simple into something that can carry weight. Because kindness doesn't stay still. It creates momentum. Someone gets helped, then they show up for someone else. A small moment of care becomes a wave. And over time, that wave can shift an entire environment, friends, family, and even communities, just because someone decided to act instead of overlook. That's the real impact. Not just making someone's night better, but potentially changing the way they show up for the next person. A chain reaction of awareness, compassion, and action. So as this build comes together, it's a reminder every small act is a spark. And enough sparks, repeated consistently, don't just light up a moment, they ignite something bigger than yourself. As I draw the face on this goofy taco character with Posca acrylic paint pens, it starts to feel like more than just a build. It becomes a person. A face can look simple on the outside, but it often hides what's going on underneath. A lot of people do the same thing. They put on a small, steady face for the world, smiling, showing up, acting like everything is fine, while carrying a lot more than anyone realizes. That's where kindness matters. Not in fixing everything, but in noticing, in being the person who looks a little closer and checks in anyway, because some of the strongest people are the ones quietly holding everything together for everyone else. So as this face comes together, it becomes a reminder. Strength isn't just what you show the world, it's also having people around you who care enough to see through it. As I start chopping up different colors of EVA foam for the inside of this taco, I know I've said this already, but it starts to feel more than just a build. It feels like building a person. The meat is the middle or the foundation, our experiences, our struggles, and the things we've been through that shape who we are underneath it all. The yellow foam becomes the cheese, the comfort, the warmth, the parts of life and personality that hold things together when things get heavy. The green becomes the lettuce, like habits, discipline, and the grounding routines that keep us steady and balanced. And the red becomes the tomatoes, the passion, the energy, the spark that adds life and color to everything we do, because just like a taco, none of it works alone. Each layer has its place, each part matters, and together they create something whole. We're not just one thing, we're a mix of everything we've lived through and everything we choose to build into ourselves. I frequently hear the sentiment that you survived 100% of your worst days, so keep pushing. And so what if you're a little broken? We all are. If a taco is broken, it's still a delicious meal, so you can be too. As I start hot gluing all the toppings into the side of this taco, I can see how it's a reflection of life. The hot glue is what holds everything together, just like family and friends and those people in our lives who keep us from falling apart when things get heavy. They're the ones who steady us when things start to shift. who keep us intact when life feels like too much. And just like this build, things don't always start perfectly in place. Pieces come loose, momentum falls apart, but that's where connections matter most. Not in perfection, but in showing up when something needs to be held together again. Switching to Mod Podge on the cheese layers feels like sealing it in, strengthening everything underneath it. That's what deeper relationships do. They don't just hold you together in the moment. They help you stay whole over time. So if something falls out of someone's life, be the person who helps put it back into place. Not to fix them, but to remind them that they're not alone in holding it all together. Because at the end of the day, acts of kindness don't just hold people together, they have the power to change the world. And we are finished. Here is the end result, a cute little mascotish-like character that could sit up on a shelf and just kind of remind you about being there for somebody. Small acts of kindness can really change a person's perspective and get them through really rough times, because we all kind of struggle with things that sometimes you don't share with other people. So be someone's taco. Maybe you'll try and make one of these yourselves and impress your friends with your ability to anthropomorphize a food object and try and make it not as creepy as it could possibly be. Yeah. Maybe you'll get some...
Yay!
And inevitably, they're going to ask you, how'd you make that? You can give them one of these. Tell them, much props. Well, after making this, now I kind of want tacos. Let's go get some. Peace out. If you enjoy what I do here on YouTube and you want to see more builds like this one, please consider joining these awesome people listed here with me over on my Patreon to build a bigger, better, more creative community together.